Дякую.
Ну все.
Все? Дякую. А скажіть, будь ласка, ви можете мені допомогти повісити дошку на стіну?
Що?
Дошку на стіну повісити.
Яку дошку?
Сюди.
А, ні, слухайте, у вас же оплачена тільки перевозка.
А.
А ми грузчики там, принести, відвести. Якось так. Ну, я б, може, допоміг би, але то вже якийсь інструмент там треба, дрель, а в нас з собою нічого нема. Да. Ну, якось самі там це.
What a fun take on the old pizza delivery / cable guy trope. Yeah, I love the performances. There's this tension that's built up between our main character and the various men that come through in this film, and it's deliciously played out. I love the little triangle that's set up in the hardware store the next day when she's brought her new conquest into the store, and the guy from yesterday doesn't quite know what to do with all of this. That scene was just delicious. I really liked the way that all played out, and the fact that the whole film is so she can put up her cork board to display her collection of drill conquests. Just so lovely. Yeah, I just liked the length of it was great. The writing had that sense of mystery and tension and anticipation for where this is going, and the way that it ends with her just looking out at the camera as if she's saying, "Who's next?" Just so lovely. Yeah, I had a great time.
Has a very interesting plot. It's a bit dark, but I think they used a nice setting, relatable, plausible, and the performances are amazing. It was a very clever use of art, performative art maybe, and how you get models for your final art piece is kind of hilarious and also weird, but I think it was a very clever movie. It was funny, and somehow, yeah, it showcases some fetishes maybe. I don't know, it was good. I really enjoyed it.
So different from other ones I'd seen in its pacing. I thought it was just really interesting how they set it up, because I wasn't quite sure what I was looking for in the beginning watching it, but I wanted to see where it goes. And I feel like the suspense that was added, since everything seemed so, I guess, normal and slow, it was from the sound and the pacing actually being so dragging, because you feel like you're expecting something and don't know what it is yet. And I really liked that watching it. I liked how you didn't really get much from the characters. So it was more something you gathered, you're not really understanding this woman. And the bulletin board, it's so smart. I was gonna say funny, but that's not the right word for it. But that it was such a cool ending to something so strange. It's not where I was expecting it to go, which is awesome. I definitely want to see more films like this, because this is something I wouldn't have thought of, and I thought it was just really smart.
I thought this was so interesting. I really liked how you kind of don't really know what her motivations are at the beginning, because it does kind of seem when she goes into the hardware store that she is flirting with him and stuff like that. And then obviously when she's at the when they go back to her house and that he's actually helping her hang the stuff, there is definite chemistry between the two of them that is really really impressive and really palpable between the two of them. And then she just 100% turns 180. So the next morning when she returns it, I just automatically assumed that was her boyfriend. And she just freaked out and got caught up and swept up in the moment or something like that. But then when she's going through and like hanging and like putting the push pins into all those different pictures, I thought it was so interesting and a really just a great thing to add at the very end.
That though was interesting. I thought I saw at the start of the film that she had photos of people using drills or men using drills. And then when she went to get help for her drill, I thought that the actors did an amazing job of showing this like underlying tension and chemistry and potential to like start the cliche love story of walking into a tool shop for help. But then it was really interesting how that didn't really happen, but rather she just collects help with her drill situation, and then she has all of these photos. And at first I was like, but why does she do that? And I think the short film did a really great job of capturing that moment of it being the start of a romance TV show, but not actually going there. And we kind of see this character who goes over and over at the beginning of a movie without the relationship necessarily progressing. So many questions about the character, but I thought it was an interesting exploration in how it was done.
So much fun. You know, I really kind of threw us through it for a loop because I thought that this was the start of a beautiful romance with her and this tool shop guy. But then when they were about to kiss, she kind of fled. And I was like, wait, what's going on? She kind of like lured him to her house. She clearly had like an agenda here. Why is she backing out? That's so interesting. And then she comes the next day with her new conquest, if you will, returning the drill, and I just felt so bad for this poor guy who was probably like, wait, what? What's going on? Who is this? Why did you buy a drill just to return it the next day? Just so many questions. But I really loved that moment at the end where she breaks the fourth wall and kind of looks at us like, this is her game. This is what she does. And she collects photos of her journey along the way. I thought it was so clever and funny, and I really enjoyed this character. Great job.
Interesting movie. You're wondering what's going to happen, you know. In the end, she's keeping track of all these guys on this board, so it's kind of interesting. But yeah, no, it was it was really well done. The acting was very good, and it was very kind of quiet, understated, very real. The performances, had a lot of, just history to them, reality to them. It was a good script that kind of kept you guessing, wondering what's going to happen. It was good, well-paced, good directing, and it all looked terrific. So wondering what's going to happen next by the end of this. Is she going to be putting up another board with guys doing different tasks for her? So, be interested to see what happens after. So, good job on this. Hope it does well for the team.